Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
Sure. I'm the founder of the business, so I've been involved since day one. My own background is in online education and content partnerships. Today, the business operates as a subscription-based learning experience platform built around structured learning pathways, recognized credentials, and progression into real-world opportunities. Learners essentially move through guided pathways, taking the right courses in the right sequence, rather than choosing from a random catalogue. The platform tracks progress, issues credentials, and surfaces relevant job and opportunity pathways directly within the system itself. So learners can easily move from developing skills to applying them. The audience is global, but the majority of learners and revenue are based in the United States. The business originally started with the goal of making high-quality learning more accessible and scalable online. And over time, it has evolved into a platform that manages the full learning journey. So from skill development right through to real-world application. Along the way, we've built a large catalogue of accredited content. We've developed a proprietary learning platform and established direct and partner distribution channels that support ongoing growth.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
Yeah, it's really a decision based on focus and timing rather than any issue with the business itself. Over the years, we've built and stabilized the platform, established recurring subscription revenue, and put strong systems and teams in place. The business now runs in a consistent and predictable way. The next phase of growth was mainly about scaling execution, particularly across marketing and partnerships. And that's something a new owner may be better positioned to focus on fully. My own priorities are also shifting towards projects outside of the online education sector. So if this just feels like the right time for a transition while the business is stable and well positioned for growth. Obviously, I'm fully committed to supporting a smooth handover as needs be.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
Yeah, my involvement today is primarily strategic oversight rather than day-to-day operations. I review performance across marketing and revenue channels, monitor overall business health, and stay involved in higher level planning and key partner relationships. The day-to-day running of the business itself, including customer support, platform management, marketing execution, and content operations, this is all handled by a small internal team. And then longer term contractors working within established systems and reporting processes. In practice, I spend around 5 to 8 hours per week in the business, mostly reviewing performance and making strategic decisions rather than executing operational work.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
Yeah, the biggest opportunities are really around scaling what already works rather than changing the model. One major area is continuing to grow the recurring subscription base, particularly by increasing engagement with structured learning pathways and obviously improving retention over time. From marketing perspective, someone with strong performance marketing experience could scale paid acquisition more systematically using what's already in place. So the platform, content library, and learner audience. The business already has a large owned learner database and a lot of behavioral data from how people use the platform. This creates real opportunity for more advanced segmentation, targeting, and retention. There's also potential to expand B2B and institutional partnerships, for example, working more directly with employers, workforce development organizations, and training providers. But that's a smaller channel today and represents more of an expansion opportunity over time. So overall, the growth path is primarily about expanding reach, increasing retention, and scaling execution across channels that are already proven.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
Well, like most online education and subscription-based businesses, there are a few normal operational risks to be aware of. I would say first, the market is competitive, so continued investment in platform quality, learner experience, and marketing efficiency is important to maintain growth and retention. I think that's a normal part of operating in this space, and the business already has established systems and processes to manage it. Second, because the business serves learners across multiple countries, there are standard compliance requirements around things like data protection, consumer regulations, and digital sales tax, depending on the region. Again, these are routine operational matters that are handled through existing processes and external service providers. Third, like any online platform, it needs regular technical upkeep to keep everything running smoothly, secure, and obviously up to date. The systems and support are already in place, but it still needs routine oversight. Overall, these are typical operational considerations rather than unusual risks, I would say. The business has been managing them successfully for many years, so we're in good shape in that way.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
Of course, I'm very happy to support the buyer through the transition and make sure the handover is smooth. That would include walking them through the systems and processes, sharing how everything operates day to day, introducing them to the key partners, contractors, team members, etc. I'm also happy to stay available for ongoing guidance for an agreed period after completion, depending on what the buyer needs, really. The goal for me is simply to make sure they feel confident running the business and that everything continues smoothly for the team, partners, and learners.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
Yes, I'm open to discussing an earn-out structure if it makes sense for both sides. For me, the priority is finding the right long-term fit for the business and ensuring continuity. So I'm happy to consider different deal structures that support that. Obviously, any earn-out would need to be clearly defined and aligned with realistic performance expectations, but I'm open to exploring what works best as part of a broader agreement.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
From a buyer's perspective, there's a lot to like here. First, the business has a strong reputation and a loyal customer base, and that kind of trust doesn't happen overnight. In the e-learning space, where credibility is everything, that's a major asset. The business model is both diverse and scalable, with revenue coming from a mix of core sales, memberships, and an expanding B2B pipeline. Again, that diversification helps reduce reliance on any single stream and lowers risk. You're also stepping into something that's fully operational. There's a robust library of content, a market-ready platform, a virtual campus, and multilingual capabilities. These have all been built and tested. You're not starting from scratch. You're building from a solid foundation with proven systems and IP that's already in place. Around 12.5% of our traffic comes in organically through search, which provides a strong base. But there's significant upside for someone with marketing or SEO expertise. On top of that, we've developed strong distributor relationships that can help scale user acquisition even further. From a structural standpoint, the business is based in Ireland, which offers a very favourable tax environment and access to government incentives. And finally, the broader market for flexible, skills-based and micro-credential learning is growing rapidly. The business is well positioned to ride that wave with the right leadership in place. All in all, it's a low-risk, high-upside opportunity with a strong foundation, a global customer base, and multiple levers for growth.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.